Shalom, friends. Welcome to this very special episode of Torah for Life. It was right here in 2012, while preparing for a teaching presentation, that I experienced a little discomfort in my groin area. In a matter of minutes, what was a simple discomfort escalated to excruciating pain. With the aid of my wife, I went to the hospital where it was disclosed to me that I had developed kidney stones. It was there and then that it dawned on me that I knew more about computers, more about software, more about so many spheres of life than I do of my body. I decided that I would change this situation, that I would change my condition. I found out that I was irresponsible as it related to my health. And so I have taken a deliberate decision to get informed, to take the responsibility of my health into my hands. I was, like so many of you, laying the responsibility of my health at the feet of a doctor or a physician. My reason was that understanding the body would have been such a serious or such a technical matter that a lay person like me, it was off limits. Friends, I have learned over the few months that I have begun my self-pursuit to educate myself about my body some fascinating information that I want to share with you. In this two-part teaching presentation, I want to share with you how Yahweh revealed to me that there is a new life plan that He has developed and designed for every single human being. A new life plan that is designed for us to be synchronized with the beginning of His new year. I guarantee you that you are going to learn so much from this teaching presentation series. I want to begin though by saying that many of you who are listening to this teaching presentation maybe want to go straight to what you need to know in order to stop that pain or discomfort that you are feeling. But my friends, overcoming your illnesses and overcoming your sicknesses and disease, key to that is taking responsibility of your health. And that, my friend, begins with being informed. And so I want you to exercise as much patience as is necessary, because at the end you are going to be blessed. Stay tuned. You are watching Torah for Life.
Exploring the ancient foundations, seeking for the old path. Join Rabbi Hurlock as he seeks to raise up the foundations of many generations by repairing the breach and restoring the old paths to dwell in, unraveling truths that have been reserved for this end-time generation. This is Torah for Life.
Register now for an exciting experience at the Israel Institute for Torah Studies, a 3-year discipleship program designed to deepen your understanding of the Hebraic roots of the scriptures and strengthen your relationship with Yahweh. This program is offered through correspondence so that you can pursue it anywhere you are and can be started at any time, while affording you the privilege of working at your own pace or speed. For more information about the Israel Institute for Torah Studies and how you can register, please contact us at the address following this insert.
To register in Israel's Institute for Torah Studies, or to get a copy of this or any other of our teaching presentations, you can call us at 1-876-363-4034 or 1-876-472-6675, or you can send us your email at torahforlife1@gmail.com. That's TORAH, the numeral 4, LIFE gmail.com. Or you can visit us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/Torah for Life. Or check out our website at www.torahforlifetv.com, where you can watch tons of videos. Right now, let's join the service that is already in progress. Question: are you plagued with any of the following? High blood pressure, diabetes, heart disease, kidney disease, multiple sclerosis, cancer, infertility, skin conditions, fibroids, recurring yeast infections, prostate or urinary tract infections, fatigue, chronic depression, hormonal imbalance, HIV/AIDS, or a condition not listed here? It really does not matter. In the next couple of minutes, I am going to share some information with you that will possibly reverse many of the above mentioned conditions. I say possibly because a lot of it is going to be based on how faithful you are in following what I share with you. I am also going to introduce you to our New Life Health Program that will get you back on the right track. And guess what? It's simple, scriptural, and natural. If you did not answer yes to any of the above mentioned health problems, well, this program is for you too. Do you really want to develop any of the above before you take your health seriously? Find out how you can benefit from 4Life Research Fiber System Plus. And so I'll be sharing with you how you can benefit from this revolutionary product. Shalom. Hey, shalom, Shabbat. Baruch Yahweh. I'm so excited because of what I will be sharing with you this yom throughout this two-part teaching presentation series. Friends, you are in for a treat. Today I'll be teaching on Yahweh's new life plan, and I'll be sharing with you from the word of Almighty Yahweh the fact that Yahweh has a plan to prosper you both health-wise, financial-wise, and emotionally, and that this new life plan is tied up into his moedim. All right, so I'm going to be sharing that with you throughout this yom, and be prepared. I know that you are excited. You want to know what you need to do in order to be healed. But I want to tell you that first of all, that you are going to have to learn some stuff about your body. And so I hope that you have the patience. I hope that your health is worth the patience that you will need to exercise in order to get the benefit at the end of this program. All right, so let's go right into it. And my first question is, why do we make New Year's resolution? I mean, have you ever stopped to wonder why persons from all over the world, at the end of the year, people make New Year's resolution? And so, why do people do that? Let me share with you why that is so. Well, we were programmed, we were pre-programmed, preconditioned and wired that way by the Creator himself. All right, so right across the globe, if you check it out, nearly in every nation, when it comes to the end of a new year, persons are psychologically bent on making New Year's resolution, things that they want to do differently for the new year. And I want to submit to you that we were pre-programmed, preconditioned, and wired that way by Yahweh himself. We are psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually wired to expect something new, something better, and something positive at the end of the year. And I'm going to tell you why that is so. So the Creator says that the new year begins with life. All right, so that is what the Creator says. He says that the new year begins with life. That is the reason why the earth comes to life in spring. Since we are tied to the earth, friends, that is when we must begin our new year as well. We must also be synchronized with the Creator to experience maximized new life. It was during spring that the Creator gave new life to the entire nation of Israel when he delivered them out of Egypt. A nation locked into a Babylonian way of eating, drinking, and acting that is very much common like what is happening around us now. It was during spring that the Creator sent his Son, Yeshua HaMashiach, to give life to the entire world. Friends, when Yahweh wants to give new life, that appointment is in spring. And so, it is important for us to understand that Yahweh is an Elohim of timing. The yearning we anticipate, therefore, is new life. Subconsciously, this program is in our circuit. And so, as I'm about to share with you, there is a yearning in us because we are linked to the earth. There is a yearning in us to experience what the earth is experiencing. The problem is that most of us are not aligned with Yahweh's timepiece. Most of us are not aligned with what Yahweh is doing on his timepiece. And so this subconscious yearning is a yearning for new life. Life, my friend, is a building up process that can be accelerated or decelerated. And when I speak about life here, I'm not talking about life as it relates to human life, but life as it relates to all sphere of our lives. Because we can experience life financially, we can experience life emotionally, we can experience life socially, we can experience life in every era of, or every sphere of our life, and we can also experience death. And so the life that I'm talking about here is not only about the health in our body, but that health is designed to emanate in all spheres of our life. That health has also to do with our financial health. That health has also to do with our social health. And throughout this teaching presentation, I am going to, as best as I can, try to link and show you how Yahweh intends for us to experience new life in its totality. And so life is a building up process. Life is a building up process. So we experience life as what I call as metabolic reactions takes place. Death, on the other hand, is a breaking down process. And so there's a teaching that I do, and I'm going to try not to get into the detail. There's a teaching that I would love if you could get, and it is entitled Torah Foundation Series. And in that particular teaching presentation, I go deeper into these principles, and I would say that it would be crucial, it is vital, it is important for you to get a copy of that 3-part teaching presentation series that is entitled Torah Foundation Series, and it will lay the foundation for what I'm about to go into this yom. And I cannot overemphasize that enough. If you haven't watched that, then believe me, you are missing out. There are keys in those teaching presentations that will help you to unlock what I'm teaching in this particular teaching presentation. So spring is no ordinary time of the year. The plants, the animals, and even the universe knows this all too well. They are synchronized all the time. Only man is left out of the loop. And so that is a fact. Once it is spring, nearly every aspect of the Creator's creation experiences that new life because they are synchronized with the Creator's reckoning of time. Only man is left out of the loop because for some grand reason we believe that we are a better timekeeper, and as a result we are going by our timepiece and not the Creator's timepiece. And so we are tied to the earth. The minute Adam and Eve sinned, the earth was cursed. Genesis 3 verse 17 says, "And unto Adam he said, Because thou hast hearkened unto the voice of thy wife, and hast eaten of the tree of which I commanded thee, saying, Thou shalt not eat of it, cursed is the ground for thy sake. In toil shalt thou eat of it all the days of thy life. Thorns also and thistles shall it bring forth to thee, and thou shalt eat the herb of the field." Genesis 3 verse 18, Yahweh inflicts, or if you may, pronounces a curse over the earth because of the action of man. Why would Yahweh Elohim inflict a curse on the earth because of what man did? How is man affected by the earth? In what way did the earth violate the principle of Almighty Yahweh for the Creator to curse the earth? The keys are a principle. The keys are important. It is because man is linked to the earth. And so whenever man is blessed, the earth is blessed. Whenever man is experiencing life, the earth is experiencing life. Whenever man is experiencing death, the earth is experiencing death. And so because death was pronounced on man, it had a devastating linking effect to the earth. Friends, I want you to understand that it has a devastating linking effect to the earth. Now, I want you to take your minds outside of the scripture, and I want you to look on the planet Earth, and I want you to look, and you will realize that some of the most barren regions on the face of the earth are also some of the region where idolatry is practiced in droves. And that just tells us that's just one of the indicators, because wherever sin is practiced, infertility and barrenness is prominent. That is not only with the earth. And so man's sinful action, because he is tied to the earth, because he is linked to the earth, had an effect on the earth. And so whenever man is experiencing, is practicing obedience and experiencing prosperity, there is a direct correlation, a direct link to the earth. In the book of Malachi, the scripture says that if we do not bring in the tithe, that he will cause our plants, he will cause our produce to experience that same curse. And so we are linked to the earth. But I want to show you something. I want to show you something very powerful. And this is just so phenomenal. I want to show you something that is so phenomenal about these two plants that Yahweh said would come forth: thorns and thistles. Now, this is a picture of what is called milk thistle. All right. So the milk thistle looks like this. So it's a thorny plant that, I mean, for many persons is a nuisance. But let me share some information with you about the thistle. Now, thistles pierce the skin and they also sting. They are an annoyance, or the annoyance of thistle goes back to the early Bible times, when Yahweh made Adam and Eve leave the garden and told them thistles would now grow among their plants. Now, the Holy Land has over 125 species of thistles, more than any other place in the world. I wonder why. Though there are so many kinds of thistles, Bible scholars believe that scriptures refers to only 4 of them, one of which is the milk thistle. Though the people of ancient times did not love the thistle any more than most people do today, they did have a tremendous respect for it. Why? They considered it a strong plant and saw it as a source of power, a power that was given to it by Yahweh. Now, that is just so awesome. For over 2,000 years, Europeans have used milk thistles for liver disorders. Hundreds of research studies have shown that milk thistle protects the kidney and the liver from all kinds of damage. This includes not only alcohol, which most people think of when they hear about liver damage, but chemical pollutants, medications, hepatitis, and overindulging in the wrong kinds of food. In addition to aiding the liver, milk thistle is beneficial to the bile duct and spleen. Now, milk thistle or thistle, if you notice those parts of the body that it is concentrated on helping, it is responsible for helping those parts of the body that has to deal with waste, that has to deal with pollutants in the body, so the kidney, the liver, and so on and so forth. Now, I want you to understand that those parts of the body has to do with impurities, have to do with things that are considered to be unclean, or that have to do with things that have to do with sin. So whenever we ingest anything that is of a pollutant nature, anything that is toxic, these parts of the body deals with it. However, this particular plant is beneficial to those parts of the body. I want you to know, I want you to take keen note of that. Now, let's look at the other plant that came up as a result of man's sinful action. The other plant was thorns. And this is an example of a thorn. It is called Mimosa pudica. Alright, and in Jamaica or in some Caribbean country, it is called shame lady or sensitive plant. Alright, so I want you to take a look at this. Most herbs have what is known as a signature to help us identify the herb and the characteristic of it, giving us a clue as to what it has been created for. Knowing and understanding the signatures of a plant will enable one to know how to use it. So there are many features that function as the signature of plants. So for example, the veins, most plants that produce a lot of veins and have fibrous roots are known to be very effective as it relates to dealing with diseases or challenges that relates to the nerves or the nervous system. Plants that grow in stony regions are known to deal with bladder infection, urinary tract infection, gallstones, and so on and so forth. Plants that have purple or bright red flowers are very good as it relates to cleansing the blood, and so on and so forth. Herbs with thorns are useful for disorders where there is sharp pain. Hairs are like mini thorns, and when they are on a plant, they can also be indicative of helping sharp or stitching pains. Now, when you look at the two plants that came forth, thorns and thistles, because of the result of sin, man would experience pain. Because of the result of sin, intoxicants in the body, pollutants in the body, would begin to affect the body and begin to cause disease in the body. And so the plant that would be effective on that as it relates to dealing with those parts of the body that has to do with cleansing the body is thistle. Now, what I want you to understand is this. When the Creator spoke the curse in order to establish balance in the universe, he spoke the cure as well. And so that just shows us how much Yahweh balances his judgment with mercy. Yahweh is an Elohim of mercy. And so because man is linked to the earth, even though man was cursed and the earth was cursed, the two plants that Yahweh spoke as cursed plants were also plants that would produce or that would remedy the effects of the curse that man experienced. Yahweh is just so awesome and powerful. And so, my friends, we need plants. We need plants. We need plants because they are the best source of what we call macronutrients, micronutrients, minerals, and trace elements. There are 112 elements found in the earth, which are all present in our bodies. And so that alone confirms the fact that we are the result of creation and not evolution. So that also tells us that the 112 elements found in the earth are found in our bodies. Eating raw plants is how we continue to get all 112 elements, and this is how we stay connected to the earth. When we lack any of the 112 elements, my friend, it creates an imbalance which leads to us being diseased or uncomfortable. And so Yahweh established a principle where forever we would be linked to the earth. We would be tied to the earth. Let's take a closer look at these nutrients. And so we have what is called macronutrients. And macronutrients are nutrients that we need in large amounts, such as calcium, chloride, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sulfur, and sodium. Then we have micronutrients such as iron, zinc, selenium, manganese, copper, iodine. These are nutrients that we need in small amounts. And then we have trace elements such as molybdenum, cobalt, fluorine, silicon, vanadium, nickel, and tin. And so these are just some of the elements that we need in our body. But my friends, these are elements that our body needs to repair itself. And so if we do not have these nutrients in our bodies, we are going to suffer disease. As I said before in the outset of this teaching presentation, that you need to understand this information before you can rush to being helped or being healed. And I'm going to tell you why you need this information, and not only this information but a lot more information in order to live a productive and prosperous life. And so we need to eat raw plants, which are fruits and vegetables, every day. And I've heard this so many times. I've heard it, children hear it a lot. Doctors sometimes tell us. We hear it from nutritionists. We hear it from different health sectors. But we really can't make the connection. We really don't know why. Well, I'm going to share with you why we need to eat raw plants every day. Now, our bodies only need small amounts of what we call micronutrients that plants provide for us to experience. Our bodies only need small amounts of micronutrients that plants provide for optimum use each day. So our bodies need small amounts of micronutrients that plants provide for us to experience optimum health every day. However, our bodies do not store micronutrients, so we have to have fresh plant intake daily. Thus, we are forever tied to the earth. Now, you would think that with such a dependence on the earth, we would take better care of it. And I believe that's also one of the reasons why Yahweh structured us that way. Because imagine if we need the earth so much as we do now, and we are treating it the way we treat it. Imagine if we did not need it any at all. Alright? And so my friend, understanding this is so important. It's so key to understanding your health. And so that is the reason why Yahweh gave us the Shemitah or Shabbatical year, which is found in Leviticus 25. The soil type and the condition or state of the soil is also very important. When the soil is leached, which means it has lost nutrients through soil erosion, or whenever it is overworked, we may get plants that contain macronutrients but are lacking in micronutrients. It is for this reason why Yahweh gave Shabbats to the land. By doing so, we are taking care of our health. And so friends, because we are linked to the earth, that is also one of the reasons why Yahweh gave us the land Shabbat, because as we said, that because of sin and because of the state of the earth, the land Shabbat was was a principle that Yahweh gave us to create balance, because the earth is supposed to nourish us. So Yahweh says that for 6 years the earth should nourish us, so we should receive from the earth by eating what it produces. But in the 7th year, Yahweh says that the earth must nourish itself. So whatever comes, whatever is produced, whatever fruits are produced, it should be left unattended. So the leaves and the trees should not be harvested, but they should be only except for what is needed each day. But it should not be harvested in order to be stored or packed away. But it should be left to fall back on the ground, to rot, and to replenish the earth. You know, Yahweh is just so honest and fair. He says that the earth nourishes us for 6 years. The 7th year belongs to the earth. And that's the reason why he says that you should not muzzle the ox that tread the corn. In other words, the ox who was attached to a device that allowed the ox to walk around in a circle, and that device would crush the grain. Yahweh says that do not muzzle the ox, do not cover the ox's mouth, so that the ox cannot eat from what it is producing, or what it is contributing to producing. In the same way, Yahweh says that the earth should not be robbed or prevented from receiving some of what it is producing. You know, Yahweh is just so fair. Man, on the other hand, says, no, not so. Whenever I work the earth and it becomes drained, all I will do is fertilize it and force it to produce. The result is that sometimes we get the macronutrients, but the micronutrients that we need in order to experience or for the body to repair itself is lacking. And so our dependence on the earth should be our main motivator in protecting it. And so, my friend, we must be synchronized with the Creator's timepiece. When the Creator declares the beginning of the new year, the earth experiences biological, chemical, and physical changes for this to take place. Because we are not synchronized with the Creator's calendar and by extension His new life plan, so many of us suffer and are suffering now. I want you to join me in episode 2 as I share with you how the new year is declared scripturally, as well as the A, B, C, and D systems approach to improving your health and total well-being. I want to thank you for tuning in for this special teaching presentation, and I will see you in episode 2. Shalom.